Family, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Here we are. Time to talk. Season 6 is upon us. It's been a lot of changes since the last time we met, right? Let me see. What happened since the last time we were here? Oh yeah, I won Director of the Year at Scrub Ball. I became a vendor. Wow. Finished the second book. So a lot of things have happened. And in doing all these things, I thought about what we would go into for this particular season. And what I came up with was, with all of the changes, all of the things that I've seen now being on the other side of the coin, let's talk about quality. Let's talk about efficiency. Let's talk about innovation. Yes, we've done some form of these in the past where it was all over the place. But now we're coming together to say, where do these things rank and what are we doing to be prepared for them? As you saw from that first commercial, RST, innovation, right? Quality, innovation, efficiency, all in one product. One company, one product, well, a couple of products, but they all lead to the same things: quality, efficiency, innovation. Another person that I'm going to shout out today is going to be Incision. If you don't know who Incision is, you're going to learn a lot about what they can offer you as far as quality, efficiency, and you can see the innovation and how they're delivering that education to people. So this season alone is going to bring a lot of different challenges, a lot of different solutions where you get to see and hear, what those look like. So what I did today, right? And I did a thing, right? You're going to also hear about, guess what? Time to Talk, the channel. We are now going to be launching another space where you can continuously receive educational pieces from us here at Time to Talk. I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you how to sign up for that. I'm going to tell you how to subscribe. You know how they say, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to tell you all that. So this season, we're going to cover a whole lot of things, right? But to introduce you to this season and to the sponsors, we're going to keep, just showing you and telling you and talking about the different ways that you can get involved. So again, RST Automation, you're going to see a lot about them. I'm going to show you a commercial about Incision, so you understand when I say Incision, who they are and what they represent. But also, I have a special surprise for y'all. So after the commercial, when I come back, I'm going to be joined by none other than Sharyn Combs. I know y'all know who that is, right? Knowledge or Nonsense, UCDI. Y'all know her. She's been a guest speaker at HSPA. Y'all seen her all over the place, the chapter meetings, all of these things, right? So we're going to break down what this season is going to entail and how all of it comes together. I'm so excited. We have a laundry list of things to go over. So after this commercial, you'll be joined. After this commercial, when we come back, it's going to be me and Sharyn, and y'all get the tea on everything that's going to go down in season 6. Right after this commercial. I'll be right back.
We have had at least 12 leave in the past year.
Our staff turnover problem is reaching a crisis point.
Honestly, I think we're really feeling the need for a structured onboarding program at this point.
We need a program to guide them from day one.
It's really getting harder to attract and retain skilled professionals.
Our younger hires are feeling really lost, and they're afraid to ask questions.
Turnover's brutal.
We just don't have the time to educate.
We need something to ease that transition.
It's become a real struggle to get them certified.
Everything we touch touches the patient.
Someone's loved one or family member relies on us.
But I think e-learning before they hit the floor would be a game changer.
Sharyn, welcome. Sharyn, you're muted. I can't hear you. I can't see.
What? You can't hear me?
See, you finna have me talking to myself already. Okay, all right.
Not at all. Not today.
Hey,
I am excited too.
did you see that? Did you see that incision?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah, I did.
It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I saw that it's 21 course, but did you see, like, they had pictures, they had video, they had diagrams. It was a well put together training program.
Listen, not only is it well put together, I saw the gentleman who's on that video, one of the gentlemen on that video, and he's a heavy hitter, So if that's a program that he's
right away.
Yeah, if he's working with their program, it's already quality, or he wouldn't fool with it. And so he is a pillar of excellence. And so to see him,
I saw Tony. I saw Tony on that video too, and I can tell you that if he's reviewed it and he's actually using it, yes, it is a force to be reckoned with. And I think that is something that will push people in the right direction. And we're going to get more into what Incision's bringing to the table. But hey, how have you been?
Man, I've been wonderful. Like you said, a lot has happened. Congratulations. I know you have a new book coming out. Congratulations on being Director of the Year. Just congratulations on the move and on saying, hey, yes, I will. Being willing to step into new areas, new spaces, yet still representing our industry and patient safety. So kudos. Now, there have been a lot of changes with me as well, but kudos.
Okay. Now, for y'all that don't know, Sharyn is my executive producer extraordinaire and confidant, mentor, friend, all of the above. And when we put these seasons together, like, we like to go across and brainstorm like what the season's going to be about, what we're going to talk about, what we're going to go through. And this time y'all get to be a part of that process. So we're going to tell you about this season and what it means. So first question out the gate, when I say quality, what does that mean to you?
Quality just means that quality that, it's no bioburden. It's able to do what it is supposed to do. Quality means it has been inspected. It is, I said, good to go. Let me be professional. It has been inspected. There's no bioburden. There's no contamination. It's ready to go. It can be in the right place, right time, in the right condition. And so when quality is there, the instruments are in the right condition and they can be used. And I think a lot of times with quality, because we're so busy trying to have speed, it can compromise or cause us to sacrifice quality, but you don't want to do that. Everybody who works in this field is about patient safety. So when I think of quality, that's what I think. QA management, QA programs, things that help the right thing stay the right thing. Now that's me. What do you think?
I'm going to double down on that and just say you are absolutely correct. But to the people, that are listening, and we'll probably have questions, we're gonna dive into a lot of these quality metrics and how we get there. And I think that's where the Incisions come in at. That's where the RSTs come in at, is how do we get that product from point A to a product that is available to be used in the OR?
And if you don't mind me saying this, even with both of these products, and hey, congratulations. That's awesome that they're willing to sponsor and help people get the information they need. When you have tools that will help you with quality, then that reduces things like batching for people. I mean, I know you know what batching is,
right?
But when you're stacking all the trays up like a bunch of laundry baskets so you can just put the clothes or the instruments in them, because you may not have the staff that you need, but that is still going to compromise. Anything can fall in, just somebody trips or they slide.
Right.
And now what? And so I think when you have tools, you're able to be more effective, more efficient.
And that's one of the things I was going to say. As it pertains to that quality, there are challenges that people are still facing in the industry now. I know back when the dare to say COVID was around, we faced those staffing challenges. What people don't realize is that we're still going through a lot of that with the changes in the industry, as far as like people retiring or people leaving for different career fields. We're still facing a shortage. So when we're talking quality, some managers and directors aren't even at full staff to deal with quality.
Exactly.
So some of these solutions are there to get to our point of efficiency. Some of these solutions are there so that they can maintain that level of quality without compromise, because you're short staffed or because you may not have all of the tools you need. As you alluded to, do you have the tools to get those instruments from point A to B so that they can be used in an efficient manner? So some of these, like, again, I do thank you for that. That kudos to the sponsors again, because this was something that they felt was important for people to know. Like,
yes,
we maintain a level of quality. How do we maintain a level of efficiency? And are we prepared for the innovations that are going to be coming in the future?
I hope so. So. And these tools actually, okay, so I've been around a couple of decades, in my life.
Right.
At this young age, these tools actually, where there was a fear of technology or like an aversion for some people. Now, some people not at all. They've had an iPhone since they came out of the womb, but there was an aversion with a large segment of the healthcare population. And so these tools help people get familiar with it and become more proficient in working with tools. And then you don't have that fear. Now they begin to realize, oh, wait, no, these tools work alongside us. Like, these tools are going to enhance my ability to do the job that I'm doing. And I really do like that. I'm excited about RST and that Incision video. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and watching that clip of that video, you see that they've taken an approach where it's broken down to show you, like the one video they showed how the brush goes in, and I'm like, oh, they took some detail to show you that these are detailed steps and they're not skipping anything. It looks like they're breaking it down to the lowest common denominator, because they said one of the things I heard in that video was, we don't have time to educate. So this would be something that people can do at their own pace. This is something that's gonna not skip the steps and keep people on track to get the quality metrics that they need for their departments.
I think I'm excited to see. I know it's the name is familiar. Same thing with RST Automation and their AIM series. The Incision name is familiar. It's going to become even more familiar. But I'm excited to see what the educators and individuals can do with these tools.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that, with some of this knowledge and information that we're putting out there, and I invite y'all all, if you don't know about Incision, you don't know about RST, definitely we're going to give you some segues on how to reach them, but definitely go and just look for they said you can reach out and get a trial. Reach out. Let's get the commercial, get the trial, see what it's about. When we're talking quality, I saw something in the news the other day. I think it's a cop down in Florida is actually suing a hospital because they acquired a HAI, healthcare acquired infection, after their surgery from use of dirty instruments. So these are things that are really happening in our field. So when you have that type of thing that you can say, hey, we've seen something where the hospital's been held responsible for what has happened in SPD. Now we all have to put a focus on our quality. We have to put a focus on our efficiency and how those two play off for each other. So Sharyn, just real quick for you, when you hear questions like, how can departments balance speed and quality without compromising patient safety? When you hear questions like, How do you define quality in sterile processing, and how do you measure it effectively? These are some of those questions that managers and directors are plagued with.
They are.
How do, from a standpoint of outside looking into our industry, how do you see that playing out for managers and directors?
You know what? I'm going to give you my opinion, but my opinion is a way, not the only way. So this
Okay.
is a way. I really think you have to hire specifically to quality. And a lot
Nice.
of areas, surgery centers, you can be cross-trained and people can do all things. But really, once that volume hits, you have to have a dedicated person, not just that day and not just that week. So for those managers, so they're not pulling their hair out, you know what I'm saying, trying to get it done.
Right.
You're going to have to hire specific for quality. Hire you a QA person, a QA team. If you can't do that, talk to your team, talk to your upline about making some purchases, getting these tools, seeing
Right.
how they can help. There are tools out there that really do help support surgical volume. And it's not like you have to wait 7 months before you get your ROI. You can have it before then. So for me, I would say hire specifically for it. If you have a QA manager, don't try to make your QA manager do everything else. Because then when will they be QAing? And learn how to pull the reports. I don't know what tracking system you have, but pull the reports. Look at the trends. If it's the same procedures that seem to have, some quality issues, let's tackle that. And again, that's my opinion.
I think that's a great thing, though. I know people are going to say, but we're already short-staffed and things, but we do have to make adjustments based on what we need in our departments. That
Okay,
you led to it. You led to it right there where you say, if you can't hire the people, at least get some tools to help you.
Yes, for the people who are going to say, well, we're short-staffed anyway. I hope no industry is going to always be short-staffed. But right now, everybody is short-staffed, truthfully. And the ones who aren't, it doesn't mean they have quality staff. A body does not mean quality. And so when I said hire specifically for quality, I mean specifically. I mean, don't pick that person up because 6 people called out and now you want to have them go do something else. No, they're quality. Hire specifically for quality. I'm not saying hire somebody who has quality in their background. I'm saying bite the bullet and say, no, your job, your responsibility, your role is quality. Whether that's a quality technician, whether that's a quality manager, but leave them quality. And when you get in the weeds, which means everything is happening, the sky, everything is going on, don't you grab the quality person. Let them be, because we have been working with less to do more for so long. Get them out of your sight. Don't even act like it's money that you can't touch, that quality person, and let them do what they're doing so that the instrument can be in the right condition. Nobody wants to have to deal with that counsel case. We don't want that conversation.
Right. So I got a question. I might start some stuff, but I got a question. So is double checking a tray quality?
It depends on who.
Because some people think that's what quality is. They double checking a tray, or they're just making sure that there's locks there and stuff like that. So when we're talking about a QA person or a QC person, is that role something different than just your average? I'm just double checking to make sure the person did the tray correctly.
Now, if you have a quality technician, you may actually go for that, which is going to require them to have some type of checklist.
Okay.
And don't gun deck the list. That's military. Don't just check something because you think, like, you literally have to go through it. But don't limit them to just doing the trays, just checking the trays.
Okay.
Let them pull certain reports. Let them partner with your educator on where to train based off what they're seeing. So everything can, you can go forward, and you can also be event related. So I don't think it's just checking the tray the second time, because I can miss the same thing you missed.
I think that's where I said I wanted to bring that up, because I do know, as now I get to travel, and I've been talking to different managers and stuff and directors, and that is something that they focus on, is the double check. And I wanted to bring that up here because I knew this season was going to be about this. I wanted to say, is that all that a quality check is? Are we just checking to make sure the person did the trade correctly, or are there other metrics that play into that? Those are the type of things we're going to answer this season.
Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. I'm going to be watching.
So I just wanted to make sure that we clarify that for people. When we say a QA person, we're not talking just strictly somebody there to double check trades. Like, that's not what we're talking about. And again, you're going to hear a lot of this season about what does that quality mean. Like, I have shows that's going to be like streamlining operations. What does the lean principles in sterile processing look like? Quality control, ensuring safety in a sterile processing, emerging technologies in sterile processing. So all of these quality things we're going to talk about this season. I said this year. Oh my goodness. This year is almost over. This year's coming to a close. Like, I'm excited for what's about to happen. So that's why I said this year.
Also, the regulatory. You told me earlier that you guys are going to do some of the regulatory things about the landscape.
Yes, there's an episode. There's an episode where I'm going to be talking about regulatory compliance, navigating the landscape of the regulatory compliance, and that comes just from a thing where you see all these things that are coming out right now. We have water that came out. Transportation is coming out. They have tattoo guns coming out. So all these new regulatory things that are happening, are we prepared for the change in our departments?
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to the beginning. If I'm short-staffed, I'm working with the less, they still want the same amount of work. How do I have time to implement a regulatory standard? I don't have a truck right now. I don't have the proper trucks to get this tray from point A to B. So what do you want me to do?
Oh
I'm not testing the water right now.
Are people still using personal vehicles?
Look, I saw somebody actually use a cab before. They had the cab as their delivery service. There are personal vehicles still being used to carry trays. So then when we talk quality, is that tray being reprocessed when it gets to the new hospital, if it's a sister hospital?
I surely hope so, because even the temperature, because you can't control the temperature in those places.
Again, these are the type of things that we're going to be talking about. If you don't have the proper vehicle, how do you have that conversation with your C-suite to say, hey, we need to upgrade, we need to do some things, because these are now standards and regulatory things that have come out. We're going to talk about that compliance. We're going to talk about staff training. How do we cultivate a culture of excellence when everybody's like, I'm burnt out? I don't, all of these are still real conversations.
Listen, people are tired. People are tired. I know we're talking about, the innovation, efficiency, quality, but people are tired. And so with the staffing crisis, they've been tired.
Right.
And so now they're tired and there's no help on the way. At first they were like, okay, we're just holding it because help is on the way. And people are beginning to realize, like, no, help isn't coming, which is why we have to switch our idea of what help looks like. The tools are help. Incision is help. RST Automation is help. The AIM system is help.
But I'm afraid of AI. I'm afraid of what that may look like in the future. I'm afraid of us even learning to show a robot how to take my job, or these tools that y'all talk about. They don't need people anymore.
Listen, you're not wrong for being afraid, but it's incomplete. That process isn't finished. People were afraid to drive before they started driving. And again, now they're eating, putting on makeup, turning music. People were afraid to swim before they started swimming.
Right.
The only way you come out of the fear zone is you step out and you get into the learning zone. And that's how you become proficient in things. So, I mean, people aren't wrong for being afraid. Something's new. Okay. What is that? We fear what we don't know sometimes. But the only way to come out of that fear and step into what you can fully do even more, most of us don't realize there's more we can do. Not from a crack the whip type of thing, but just from insight, innovation, partnering your experience and expertise with these tools. AI will serve you.
So that's where, like I said, that's family. I know y'all hear what we're talking about, but I want you to truly understand what we mean when we're talking quality, when we're talking efficiency, and when we talk future trends and innovations. The guests that you're going to hear this season are all experts in our field, from director, doctors, everybody that you're going to hear from this season is going to have an opinion about some of this. And I think it does you I think it does you justice to just hear what has to be said. In your departments, I know that you're probably going to be going through a lot of these same things. And this is where we get to help you as a team, as a unit, as an industry, bring clarity to some of this. Even when you're talking about efficiency, let's just say efficiency. Even when you're talking about efficiency, you say, hey, what are some of the common inefficiencies in an SPD, and how can they be addressed? Little stuff like that. What is some of the common stuff that you see every day that you probably say to your boss every day, we need to address this? Somebody else is saying the exact same thing. And that's what we want you to realize. You're not alone in this fight. So that's why this season is going to address those specific type things. And as she said, some of these tools to help you with some of that efficiency stuff.
Yeah, like change is inevitable, and so don't be afraid of AI. But that too is why, earlier you had mentioned that I produce, that I'm the program director and I produce on the things with knowledge and nonsense and do different things. One of the best parts about COVID and now, like, Time to Talk, Knowledge and Nonsense, Time to Talk, having its own YouTube now, is it takes us from feeling like we are all alone. So maybe you're at a rural facility and you're like, no, such and such, I'm all alone, I don't know all that, but you're not alone. And the things you're experiencing, other hospitals, ASCs, other facilities are experiencing. And now here on YouTube, you can connect with somebody, you can get the answers, you can ask the questions. You're not alone. You don't have to figure it all out by yourself. I don't have to invent the wheel or reinvent the wheel. Nice. I just need to know how to work the wheel and what the wheel does. There may be something I'll invent, but I don't have. And so I wish people really get that. And that's part of the reason that I do what I do. I love equipping people, even though my background is leadership. And I love leadership, UCDI Leadership, as you said, helping people. We have programs specifically for surgical support individuals. But I love seeing people be empowered and having the tools necessary to do what they do. They care about the patient. So you focus on that patient, I'm going to focus on you.
Right. I like that part.
Yeah. So I may be the patient one day. I need, hey.
And that's where a lot of this comes from, is because people always tell us, imagine if it was your grandmother, your mother, and all this, but what if it was you? And I hate the statement that I don't want to have surgery where I work. I hear a lot of people say that, but if you wouldn't go there to have surgery, so what does that say about the processes, the quality, and the efficiency of what's happening in that facility? So this is some of the stuff that will be addressed, and we will get to talk about some of the things that are available to people, i.e. Incision, i.e. RST. There are other companies out there, Zuno Medical. There's a lot of people that are doing things that are trying to take us to the next level, but we can't be afraid of the AI part of it. We can't be afraid of it's not going to be a job for me later. You can't be afraid of that type of stuff. And that's why this season we're going to bring the real world into where we're headed and show you what that looks like. That's a good point there, Sharyn. So I got another question. Since we're talking efficiency, I got another question. So can automation improve efficiency instead of processing, or are there limits to what it can replace? Questions like that. How do you handle unexpected demands or emergencies while maintaining efficiency? So when you're talking efficiency, we're going across the whole thing now. Let's talk. You want to talk? Let's talk now.
Man, it's time to talk. It's time to talk. You know what I was thinking about? I'm going to answer your question because you asked me a couple. And I think the answer is both. Like, yes, you said
Okay.
that about automation. Can automation improve efficiency? Yes. Are there limits? Yes, there
Okay.
is. And if people understood that there are limits, then that may take away some of the fear. Now, I'm not being funny. There will be some roles that are moved out. There will be some roles ROLES, some positions that, less people will be there to do the work. But we need the quality. We need quality. So yes, automation can definitely help efficiency.
But if you said that's
Herbert,
gonna,
the pod.
if
Go
you
ahead.
say it like that, say it one more time.
Well, I was just gonna say automation can definitely help efficiency.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back to something else that I wanted to throw out earlier, but I was thinking about Jesse, like Jesse Lopez from Stir the Pot. I was like,
Yeah.
boy, he gonna be like, let me weigh in on what can do what, and I'm gonna be right here watching him when he does it. He's so passionate. I love him. He understands this thing called sterile processing. But then you said, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna say C's family, she just gave y'all a nugget. So yes, this season does feature the one and only Jesse Lopez. He will be here to bring the stir the pot, excitement to Time to Talk. We're gonna definitely talk efficiency, quality, and innovation. And if you know Jesse, like she said, you already know that conversation is gonna be off the rails somewhere. So he is coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Now, and I know when he's watching this, he's like, if he could jump in the screen and say, let me tell y'all, he would do it. Yes, he's amazing. But so yeah, I do believe automation definitely can enhance efficiency. And I also do believe there are limits. Just like with AI is a wonderful tool, but it's also things we don't know. So there are some limits. There need to be limits in place. At the end of the day, go ahead.
I like what you said, though. You said if people understand that there are limits, it may reduce the fear.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I think that's a big part of it, is that people do fear what they don't know. And in this, what we're doing as far as bringing in new stuff to help with efficiency, as you said, there may be some roles that go away. However, it's limited roles that go away. It's not like we're just replacing a workforce. But you remember, I think that was last season.
Away. I'm sorry.
I think it's last season that we talked to somebody and they said, instead of thinking about the role going away, think about what you could do to become the person that now needs to have this new role to fix the thing that you brought in to fix the. So, yeah, we're gonna have some good stuff this season. Yeah, so
maybe you may do. Come on, like.
So I think that's where people look at it, like, don't look at it one way. There are other ways to look at it, but you're right. If we bringing in all this stuff, now who's monitoring the stuff we're bringing in? So it may create new roles.
Yes.
So I like where this could possibly go. So again, efficiency.
Transition doesn't have to be an either or. It's transition,
Right.
Workplaces, we used to all work in factories and that type of industrial thing. New jobs came, technology brought new jobs. And so you just transition. There's going to be new needs. It's okay. You can some of the new needs as well. And when I'm saying that, I'm thinking about like one of the gentlemen, another guy, he'll be here this season on Time to Talk. Whoop, whoop. His name is Jake. Jake is amazing, like with data. And he works in SPD, but he began to like learn data, the purpose of data, the possibility of data. Some people say data, y'all. So just bear with me if you don't like my data and you want me to say data. But Jake, I remember when they would be on Clubhouse talking, Jake was like, wait a minute. There's something here. Instead of just looking at the data, how do we read it? How does it project? How do we master it? How can we use it? And so he's one of your guests this season. I'm telling you,
we're bringing some heavy hitters. We're bringing some hitters in here to just like give people the real. Because what I think has happened over time, people listen, but they listen for bits and pieces. Yeah. And if it doesn't apply to you, you don't worry about the stuff that was said prior to leading up to that one point that leads to you, which leads to, yes, I'll do it. Shameless plug for me. My new book, Learn to Listen So People Are Willing to Talk. It's not, it's about
Oh,
intentional
yeah.
conversation. It's about intentional conversation. I think, well, I don't think, I know. Hearing and listening, two different things. So how do we listen for understanding? How do we listen for clarity instead of you hearing the person just waiting to get your point out? Like you just want to say what you got to say. So that's another story for another day. Book coming
Yeah,
very soon.
I know.
Book coming very soon. But I just want to make sure, that shameless plug was in there. But definitely what Sharyn was saying, like we got heavy hitters coming because I wanted to give you something that was meaningful. I wanted you to be able to say and walk away from each episode with a new understanding of what it takes to achieve the level of quality, efficiency, and just to tell you about innovation, show you that not all the innovation is bad innovation. Like there are things out there. I heard Sharyn mention it briefly just now, like the turbot pod. Great tool if you use it correctly. 15 wrap trays with normal was hearing and listening.
Jake is amazing, like with data. And he works in SPD, but he began to like learn data, the purpose of data, the possibility of data. Some people say data, y'all. So just bear with me if you don't like my data and you want me to say data. But Jake, I remember when they would be on Clubhouse talking, Jake was like, wait a minute. There's something here. Instead of just looking at the data, how do we read it? How does it project? How do we master it? How can we use it? And so he's one of your guests this season. I'm telling you,
we're bringing some heavy hitters. We're bringing some hitters in here to just like give people the real. Because what I think has happened over time, people listen, but they listen for bits and pieces. Yeah. And if it doesn't apply to you, you don't worry about the stuff that was said prior to leading up to that one point that leads to you, which leads to, yes, I'll do it. Shameless plug for me. My new book, Learn to Listen So People Are Willing to Talk. It's about intentional conversation. It's about intentional conversation. I think, well, I don't think, I know. Hearing and listening, two different things. So how do we listen for understanding? How do we listen for clarity instead of you hearing the person just waiting to get your point out? Like you just want to say what you got to say. So that's another story for another day. Book coming very soon. Book coming very soon. But I just want to make sure that shameless plug was in there. But definitely what Sharyn was saying, like we got heavy hitters coming because I wanted to give you something that was meaningful. I wanted you to be able to say and walk away from each episode with a new understanding of what it takes to achieve the level of quality, efficiency, and just to tell you about innovation, show you that not all the innovation is bad innovation. Like there are things out there. I heard Sharyn mention it briefly just now, like the turbot pod. Great tool if you use it correctly, or great tool just to say, let me improve my quality and efficiency. Think about just what it does. 15 wrap trays would normally be just for an ortho case. So what does that do for your department and one person? You have to go through the trays, then you have to wrap all the trays individually and so on and so forth. That could go from, an hour and a half based on how you're inspecting the trays and things like that. Without having to do all that wrapping and stuff, the turbot pod condenses that process down to 20 to 30 minutes. What do you do with that extra time? Look at your quality.
Hello. Hello.
So
you can't hire somebody.
You got the efficiency, you got the quality wrapped into one thing. We're giving you time back so that you can focus on other things. So not all innovation is bad innovation. So that's why.
That's
Look,
good.
this season
That's
right here is
good.
going to be something. This season right here going to be something different, Sharyn. This season right here going to be something different.
It is.
And just with the lineup, and you've heard the lineup. I can name off names, and you can just hear the excitement for people. I got Carol Malone. Quality is her middle name. Education is her last name. I got Ebo coming.
He's a fellow.
He's definitely the last fellow that received their fellowship was Ebo. Angus Bruce. His team won the quality award last year at HSPA.
He'll be here. Yeah.
So he'll be here. So there, I got my favorite person of infection control to come talk some of this stuff, which I got Jill Holdsworth.
Come on.
So the lineup is here for you. And these are the things that we're going to be talking about: quality, efficiency, and innovation. I say it over and over to get you prepared for the nuggets that are going to be dropped everywhere. There's going to be nuggets all over the place, but are you ready to receive them?
I know you are. You know who you have coming on? Who else do I got?
Go ahead.
The gentleman, Sean. I had an opportunity. Because earlier I didn't say all the things too. You had mentioned some wonderful things that happened at the MGM in Vegas. I was able to present. That's my second time presenting at HSPA. I was able to hit the main stage, and it was really cool. But I had the opportunity to sit and connect with a gentleman named Sean Weir, and he's going to be on Time to Talk.
He is coming. Sean is actually definitely coming.
Yes.
For people who don't know who that is, for people who don't know who that is, and I'll give him his kudos. Sean has won the rapping contest. he won the rapping contest in front of all his supporters. So when you're talking efficiency and quality, Sean, I think, was rapping trades at like 3.2 seconds. But yeah, he's gonna come on and just talk some of this same stuff.
I love that.
Who else do I got? Oh, I got Melissa Vargas. I got Tara Foster, Chris Labingo. I have Dr. Natalie B. Dr. Natalie B is going to be here. Who else?
Well, I was saying Dr. Nat, but that's Natalie B.
Yeah, she's going to be here. I got a lineup. For I even have a panel that's going to be talking about some of the stuff we talked about, challenges in sterile processing, a roundtable discussion. There's going to be some directors. It's going to be people who, like I said, what they're dealing with currently. I guarantee you it's going to be some of the same stuff that you see in your departments right now. But it's going to come from a perspective of, what are we doing about it? How can we fix it? Little things like that. We're going to talk about working collaboratively with other departments. What does that workflow look like? Because people don't realize that EVS is a part of your workflow. Whether you admit it or not, they have to do their terminal clean or you can't do what you do. So it's a part of your workflow. Working with engineering, because I do know that engineering, they're doing mostly people water right now. The new standards have come out, but do you do your own water quality checks? So collaboratively working with other departments. These are things we're going to help you with. Sustainability in sterile processing. That's a big one. We're going to talk about how to sustain processes and workflows and quality and efficiency.
How do you
have?
I don't know. Oh, I can't wait. Because how do you sustain in a high turnover place? Because everybody who comes wants to do something.
That's why that's going to be a very important show, is because you're right. We're getting all these new people, but as fast as these people coming, people are leaving. So how do you sustain anything when you're always behind the 8 ball? How do you sustain anything? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, as you say, data, however people say it, the role of data analytics in enhancing your efficiency. What does those reports mean when people say pull a report? What does that do for you?
Right.
How do people measure productivity? Is that quality a part of that? If I'm the fastest, but I have my trays are all coming back, did I really do anything that day?
You wasn't the fastest.
Right. So
they should add the time on to the tray when it comes back. And let's see what your numbers look like.
let's see what it looks like then. But family, I'm so excited. I think, like I said, this season alone is going to reach some new heights of where we are looking at sterile processing, how we look at sterile processing, and where we're going to take sterile processing. But I need to go to a commercial. And when I come back from this commercial, we're going to continue with this because there's a couple of more questions I got to ask Sharyn because, she's getting the pumped up. I'm getting pumped up and I like where this is headed. So this season, hey, we'll be right back after this commercial.
All right.
I know you saw it. Look at that. For people that saw that commercial, I want you to think about something. If you had a tool like that that can identify instruments, so you're not guessing, it can identify the instruments for you. Wouldn't you think that's an innovational tool that's going to help with your efficiency, your quality, because you have the right things in your tray? It creates the perfect peel pack so you're not creating waste. I didn't believe it till I saw it for myself, but it actually will string the instruments for you too.
Oh.
RST Automation. Check them out whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, I can. And when you get a chance, is now. Actually, because I saw in the commercial, it was like they're there for us 24/7, 365.
Yes.
I could deal with those business hours,
And I have actually used them, and you can call them. That 24/7 is real. If you have any problem with their product, they're Johnny on the spot, and they're there to help you through whatever it is. So again, not all innovation is bad innovation. These are tools that can help you. So that's our season. Like we're definitely excited about what we're going to be doing. And for people who thought I forgot, I did not forget. There is going to be a trivia night at the end of the season. And y'all know how we do the trivia. It's real big. Those 3 prizes, they go out and that's the unexpected money that you didn't count on. But guess what? You get that money for knowing general things about what you do every day. And dare I say, Sharyn, you've won. So how my questions are. You know how my questions are. They're general, but questions you have to think a little bit because I think people the timer that timer that the answer to the timer's blinking.
Again,
people don't understand that.
Yes, one of the things when I'm doing like workshops, facilitating workshops, I will play the Jeopardy music. Like on some of the exercises, and people will be like, I did it, and they'll do it's no problem. They love it. I'm like, we're gonna do it again, and they're like, yeah. And then I put the Jeopardy music on, and it just frazzles them. Like it
changes everything when people feel like they're under that pressure of a timer. Because I think I give people 10 seconds to answer, but you can see immediately the moment the 10 starts counting down, people are like, but you're like, this stuff. But yeah, the trivia night is still on. Something else that we're gonna do, and I don't know if Sharyn, but something else we're gonna do this season. So every episode, starting the 9th, every episode, if you watch the episode and we tell you the keyword for that episode, you put it in the comments. The following week, you have to be present to win, but every episode going forward, we're going to give away $25 gift certificates, gift cards. But you have to be present to make sure it's going to happen and make sure you're going to win. You're going to see the names on the screen going through our automatic scrambler and we get a winner, but you have to be present to win. And like I said, there will be a keyword that you put in the comments so we know that you're entering the contest and that you're here with us going through this season. So more giveaways, more ways for you to win. Yeah, what you got, Sharyn? I'm just trying to
let me out. I'm gonna say what Kenneth just said, but I'm gonna say it from the so here Time to Talk has agreed to do this, and I'm very grateful. Knowledge and Nonsense, I guess the original or the pilot or whatnot before the network came. Since COVID, stuff has been crazy. And I know people were making more money, but the pendulum swings different ways. And we don't know where people are at any given time in their life. Like this is the holiday season. Some people are celebrating because they got the big flat screen or saw their whole family. And then there's some people who are not, man. And so we want to we're blessed to be a blessing, so to speak. I don't know. There's a different way that you can say that, but we love to reinvest and give back and support in ways that we can. And so I know last year and the year before, we were giving out stuff for groceries. You would type in eggs and, that would get you the money right there, just typing in eggs. So with this, and because Time to Talk, kudos to Time to Talk. Time to Talk is a do this. What that looks like is you show up, you put that keyword in there. We will do the drawing. You have to be present though the next week. You have to be present. You get it the next week, but you have to be present. So even if it pops up, but you're not there the next week, then we will give that to someone else who is in attendance. And what we don't know right now, I think it's $25 a week, but Kenneth mentioned a couple of times. So I think he wants it to be more. So we will look at the budget and see what we're able to do. It may be $50 a week, and that may help someone. You may be somebody who's like, I don't need $50. I'm making bank. I travel. I got this, and that. Okay, well, someone else may not. Someone else may be in a rural community, and that $50 can do them well for gas money, rent, a phone bill, whatever. The thing is, it's yours to do it as you will. But every week, starting next week, we're going to start doing the drawings, and you'll be able to see it right here on the screen. And so we want to be able to add value. We're adding value here, Kenneth, sharing this stuff, innovation, quality, efficiency, stuff that can improve the processes and alleviate some of your stress in the department, and also at home. We want to be able to add value when you're not just in the department and out of the department. And so, Kenneth, I thank you for that. I thank you for the sponsors who are sponsoring your show. I thank you for that because that's giving back to our industry.
It is, and I appreciate each person that comes in here and watches us. And we say it all the time. I get it while I'm out places. People say, "Hey, you're the guy from Time to Talk" and stuff like that. And I appreciate people taking their time out to come and share a little bit of that time with us. And I know we're doing educational pieces for people, but hey, as Jay-Z would say, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yes. Again, as Sharyn said, next week starts that put the keyword in, we'll gather all those names, and then the following week, the drawing will be held. You do have to be present to win. And if you're not, somebody else will get a blessing. And so it is what I mean. So again,
better be present.
I say again.
I said they better be present.
Gotta be present. Again, so you've heard the overview for this season. You've seen where we're headed with this. Again, if you have questions about quality, you have questions about efficiency, or you have questions about some of the innovations that you may have seen, may have heard about, if we can answer those here, definitely we will. Type your question in and we'll get to it. And we will get you to the right person. If it's not us, we will get you to somebody who can answer that for you and definitely get you in the right path. As you can see, the AIM system, definitely reach out to them if you want a demonstration of how that can help your department. Incision dot care. I'm sorry. Reach out to them if you would like a demo of how their product can help your department. These are things that will get you to that next level. It's just, are you ready to accept going to that next level. That's the key. Efficiency tools, quality metrics are all things that would get you to the next level, but you have to be willing to go there. It's not about, I'm not, I hear it all the time, and I hear people say it like, well, I'm too old to learn something new. I don't want to, the AI is this, and I'm not well with computers. People have all kind of things, but how do you know it until you try it? And these are simple tools to help you. These are simple tools, believe it or not. These are the easiest ones you'll probably ever see.
You don't have to write code.
That can give you an immediate change. Again, I've seen the AIM system up close and in person, and it identifies instruments. It puts instruments on a stringer. It cuts peel packs. Like, you can't ask for no more efficient than that. I've witnessed and demoed the Incision program. It is very detailed, you can follow along. It's systematic, and it breaks it down to where anybody can learn it. But guess what? Y'all all learning the same thing. So what we talked about, sustainability, right? Standardization, quality, efficiency. When everybody's doing it the same way, guess what? That changes your efficiency because everybody's doing the same methods. So these are things, again, that can help your departments. What do you think, Sharyn? You think they're ready for this season?
I think they're ready for the season. Hey, as the new year has just passed, I did want to, can I just throw a little, I know I'm on here as the director, knowledge and nonsense and time to talk and, doing different things, but I did want to give a little exercise to help add value. Can I do that from the leadership perspective?
Okay.
All right. Guys, I am a fan of leadership, personal growth, and professional development. I truly believe your professional development cannot be upheld or sustained without personal growth. People who work with me know I say that. I have an exercise that I want to submit to you. So what I would like for you to do is get a piece of paper, make 2 columns. On one side, I want you to write like 6 to 10 of your best moments from 2024. Best moments. For me, one of my best moments was being on the main stage at HSPA in Vegas, MGM, with Jamel Ross, nonetheless. That was a highlight of my year. I took a self-vacation by myself, but one of the highlights of my year was being on that stage with Jamel Ross. I'm telling you, she's amazing. But on the one side of your paper, left side of your paper, write 6 to 10 of your best things, your best out of people, places, and activities, things that were life-giving to you that you're like, man, I got to do that in this year. On the other side of the paper, the right side, in that other column, I want you to write 6 to 10 of the things that create lows in your life. Whether that's working too much and you're burned out, or not having the boundaries that you need, or not ever really having the finances to do something you want to do. And all lows don't have to do with money. It could be your health. Maybe you got some information about your health this year that just, oh my God, just sucked the life out of you. But write those lows. And then at the bottom of this page, where you wrote all your highs, like the great things that happened to you, whether it's people, places, or activities, put those on your calendar now. So if you had an amazing time in Boston at the chapter meeting, hearing those speakers, put that on your calendar now. The next one is what, in May?
May 10th. May 10th, we're doing it again.
May 10th. So put May 10th on your calendar now. And for those lows, create you a do not do list. We all have a to-do list. Create you a not to-do list, so to speak. And this is something one of my mentors shared with me. And so, just create that. Put that list there. And obviously you can't put everything on there. You got to go to work, especially if you're not independently wealthy. You need to go and generate revenue. Right. But put it on there. If it's one person, every time you're around them, it's just something and you out of it for a week, you know what? Put that person on your do not do list. That's not your to-do list. But that is an exercise that can really help you. And once you have the things that are life-giving for your activities, people, activities, things, places, whatever, pour your energy into those things. Because if you're in this industry right here, sterile processing, you're about patient safety, and something in you cares about people. Even though the environment can be stressful and toxic, and all of those things. But something in you cares about patient safety, or you wouldn't be here. So I just want to add that value to you right there. The New Year's just passed. Write it down. Not as a resolution, but just sit somewhere and be like, what were my 6 to 10 best moments in 2024? You know, what was the thing that I was just like, yeah, I worked hard and this happened. Yeah, I got a new car. You know what? I got, maybe you had a health scare and maybe you were able to ring the bell because now things are in remission. But put those things over there. And on that other side, you know, if you're getting overdraft fees and you don't like it, then, you know, put that on your your to not do list, that type of thing. So I just want to share that with you guys. I'm excited, Kenneth, about Time to Talk this quarter.
Yes.
It's going to be good. I'll be in attendance.
I like what you just said, though. I think for everybody, if you do that exercise, and I'm going to do it too, let's make 2025 the year that we do the change or be the change we want to see. That's what we want to do. We want to turn 2025 into us being the change we want to see. So yes, if you have those things, like she said, put them on your calendar. Make that do not do this again list. Do this for you. I love that. I love that exercise. I'm going to do it myself because, like I said, with us ringing in the new year, we have a new set of goals. We have all these things. Y'all know how y'all do. We got all these, what they call them, what you make for the first.
The resolution.
You got all these New Year's resolutions, and we're done with the New Year's resolutions by the 2nd. All those goals are out the window immediately. But no, this is one of those things where I think it does add value to what you're trying to do, and it will give you some sense of purpose. So yes, I appreciate that, Sharyn. I'm going to do my list, and I want to be that change for myself in 2025. And Time to Talk, we're going new heights. We're doing new things. Big shout out to Incision. Big shout out to RST Automation. And hey, you may hear about other innovations. You may hear about some more quality things as we move on through this season. But today we were just telling you what's to come. So guess what? Next week, I will have none other than Jill Holsworth here. And we're going to talk about, just principles in sterile processing. We're going to talk about strategy, streamlining. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Y'all know Jill for infection control, but guess what? Remember when I said that collaboration across departments? Yeah. They're your partner too. So you're going to hear from somebody who is one of those partners that we work with on a regular basis, and some things that can be done to help you with your quality, efficiency, and innovations in sterile processing. So family, we're back. It's time. Sharyn, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on here and letting the people see you, not just behind the scenes, but here right now, bringing them a brand new season of Time to Talk. Season 6. I tell y'all that, right? 6 seasons we've been here rocking, and we love it. And now we're growing and growing and growing, and it's all due to you. So I appreciate y'all for being here. Don't forget, next week, keyword in the comments. You'll be entered into the drawing for our first official $25 giveaway the following week. Make sure you're in attendance, because that's the only way you can win is by being present. But family, it's been Time to Talk. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here, and we will see you again soon next week. Sharyn, I appreciate you. Thank you. And here we go.
We have had at least 12 leave in the past year.
Our staff turnover problem is reaching a crisis point.
Honestly, I think we're really feeling the need for a structured onboarding program at this point.
We need a program to guide them from day one.
It's really getting harder to attract and retain skilled professionals.
Our younger hires are feeling really lost, and they're afraid to ask questions.
Turnover is brutal.
We just don't have the time to educate.
We need something to ease that transition.
It's become a real struggle to get them certified.
Everything we touch touches the patient.
Someone's loved one or family member relies on us.
But I think e-learning before they hit the floor would be a game changer.
Hey guys, thank you so much for staying with us. Kenneth and I really look forward to this. We wanted you to see the drawing. We'll be back next week.